All right, stories about government incompetence or inefficiency are nothing new, but the Secret Service was supposed to be different, right? Well, the investigations into the assassination attempt on Donald Trump are making the once esteemed agency look more like your local DMV. NewsNation confirms that before Trump's rally on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, Homeland Security agents were reassigned to be protective details for him, given the increased security concerns around Trump. Now, those agents from the Homeland Security Department got a 2-hour training session on Microsoft Teams to prepare them. 2-hour session, according to whistleblowers who spoke to a senator investigating the shooting. And they say that left them, quote, woefully unprepared, end quote. Joining us now from Washington is NewsNation's Joe Khalil. And Joe, these agents who were reassigned were not properly trained. It's kind of shocking.
It really does make you scratch your head because these agents themselves get about 6 months of training for the jobs that they have, which primarily deals with investigations on things like human trafficking, on things like international crimes. Their regular day-to-day job is not to be a part of a protective detail for people like a former president. But it's not uncommon that those agents are asked to be a part of that new detail and to have that as maybe one aspect of the job. What is shocking is what you've just laid out, which is Senator Hawley now says that he's got whistleblowers, people who are agents themselves working for the Homeland Security investigative arm, that were asked to be a part of protective details. And again, as you point out, the entire training they got for that job was a 2-hour training session on Microsoft Teams with a video that they say, according to the senator, often cut in and out and wasn't really helpful. Now, beyond that, the senator also says that those kinds of training sessions, those 2-hour one-time video things, are continuing to this day. Now, he has raised those concerns. He sent that letter over to the acting director of the Secret Service, raising the concerns. Today, I talked to the congressional task force investigating the Trump shooting. They say they're now aware of this. They would welcome these agents, these whistleblowers, coming to them, to their committee, and expressing their concerns as well. So I imagine this isn't going to be the last time that we hear about this.
Yeah, I imagine not as well. Also today, Republican Congressman Clay Higgins released his, quote, independent findings from the task force investigating the assassination attempt. First of all, why is he releasing his own personal report? And second of all, what did he say?
Yeah, so that's a good question. We'll take the first one first. And he released these, apparently putting this report together of his own findings. He then asked the committee chair if he could release them, and nobody stopped him from doing so. These are just some of the findings that he says he uncovered, that it was a local SWAT officer who first hit the would-be assassin, hitting his gun, incapacitating Crook's gun, before a Secret Service agent actually killed him, that Crooks climbed an AC unit rather than a ladder, which had been reported, that the FBI cleaned up evidence from the crime scene rather quickly, which Higgins thought was unusual, and that the FBI actually released Crooks' body to his family, who then cremated Crooks pretty quickly, so there's no body to investigate for the committee. Now, what we should mention is there were certainly some members of the task force who thought it was inappropriate that Higgins went independently and did that. They feel like by doing this, he's undermining the group, which is bipartisan. They're working together. But they say when they put together one united report, one group of findings, it is undermined when someone else individually is putting out a second one, or if there's a third one, for example. So there was some concern there that is understandable. But what I've heard is no one has, at least at this point, refuted anything that Higgins put out. We just don't know what the committee is going to put out, whether it's going to be different from what Higgins himself found.
When is it coming out?
The full report is supposed to be done in December. That's the timeline for the entire committee. Higgins put his findings out last week, and they really got traction this week. But, yeah, it's going to be an entirely separate thing from what this one member decided to do on his own.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.